this video, obviously you are going to be doing a cake smash photo shoot. I've done a few of these myself, like I've photographed a few of them myself, and I've also got a photographer to do my children's. So today is my daughter's cake smash, so I thought I would share with you guys what I actually take to a cake smash photo shoot, to let you guys know that when you're going to do one, what you should be taking as well. So I've got it all set out on the couch here, and I'll let you know. Ultimately, at the end of the day, to do a cake smash photo shoot at home, all you need is a baby and a cake. Really, that's all you need, and then how much you want to add into that is up to you. Props wise and backgrounds, there are endless possibilities for that, so it's really up to how much you want in your photo. Okay, so to start off with, you need obviously their outfit, so you can have them in a cloth nappy if you've got a really nice one, or what goes with your colour theme. For me, I've got these two ruffle rompers. I've chosen two colours just because perhaps one won't look as great in the background as I thought, so I've got two options here. I also have a tutu. It's always nice to get them dressed up where you're already, you know, getting the camera out. So this one here, she's not actually smashing the cake in, it's just for a pretty photo just to begin with. And one of these ones, probably the pink one, is what she's actually going to be smashing the cake in. And then lots of little accessories here. Hairbrush, obviously, if your kid's got hair and you want to brush it. Cute little accessories, I've got these and a whole bunch of headbands to choose from. Take as much as you like, because you can chop and change them throughout the whole photo shoot. It really doesn't matter. For boys, you can have things like bow ties, or a tie, or a little party hat. So, you know, there's lots of stuff for girls, but there is actually a few things for boys as well. Always take something familiar, especially if you're going to a studio. It's a bit scary for, you know, 1-year-olds. Big bright lights and a whole bunch of stuff that they don't recognize. So this is Mila Rose's toy she goes and has nap time with, so that's something familiar just in case she gets freaked out. Especially if you're doing like a buttercream icing or something like that, take water, because they're going to have a heck of a lot of icing and they may not feel good afterwards. So yeah, definitely take some water just to keep them hydrated, because it also gets really hot in front of those photography lights. Take a spare nappy, wipes. You need to take a flannel and a towel if you're not doing it at your own home. We actually do a little photo shoot after the cake smash of them in a tub full of bubble bath, so that's really cool. So obviously you need a towel for that as well, because they're going to get wet. This here is just a colour backdrop that I want, so I'm providing that for my photographer just because it's the colour that I wanted, even though they've got quite a few of their own. But if you want to take stuff of your own, go for it. I'm sure your photographer will be happy with that. Then it comes to all the props. So I've got this beautiful lacy stuff here which may end up being draped from the back. I don't know. Take whatever you think you need. If you don't use it, doesn't matter. We've got these pom-poms, so I thought they'd be cute at the back, in the background, either hanging or just on the ground. In our son's one, we actually had some helium balloons. We've got some lanterns, also a possibility for the background. Have, what are these called? Bunting, also for the background. We've got these letters, O-N-E. Whether all of this stuff is used or not, I don't know, but like I said, take what you want and you can move things in and change them. It really doesn't matter. And I also have a chalkboard, and the reason for that is because I'm going to have it in some of the pictures blank, and then when the photos come out, I'm going to go on Photoshop and use a chalkboard font and put thanks for coming, or my first birthday, or just, you know, for the cards, for an invitation or for thank you cards. If you leave it blank, don't write stuff on it, leave it blank and use like Photoshop or Pixlr or just some sort of photography thing, even if it's on the internet, just to put the words in, because then you can change the words to whatever you want. Whereas if you write them on here, you'll be mucking around wiping them off again and changing them. So leave it blank and do it in like the after process. Wipes. Always take wipes. They always come in handy, and a bag to chuck it all in, and of course the tub, which is still in the shed right now for the photo shoot, the bubbles. Yeah, so this is all the stuff I take, and I'll give you a little look at the cake. Here is the cake. So tips for the cake is although you might want to make a really delicious fancy cake on the inside, I suggest sponge because it is easier for babies to grab into. For our first kid, which was years ago, we actually made a cake and it ended up being really hard for him to grab into, so we've learned over the years since then sponge cake is the way to go. You can dye sponge cake, you know, you can have a pink sponge cake or a blue sponge cake, doesn't matter. We've just got a plain sponge cake in here. I use a buttercream icing because it stays really nice and soft and it should smear everywhere really well. On the top here I've just got like a Diamante #1. Obviously that's going to be just for a photo prop, and then when she starts ripping into the cake I'm going to take that out because it's got like a huge pointy skewer in there. And just 2 cute little flowers in here. And I did an ombre, which is really pretty. Just another tip I want to give you too, if you're doing a red theme, I just want to warn you that red food colouring, once it's a baby's covered in it, it looks like they're just bleeding everywhere and it doesn't make for a great photo. So I'd kind of avoid red for a cake smash because it just looks like there's dead animal everywhere and it looks like your kid's gone on like some sort of zombie apocalypse attack or something. So try to aim to not do red. And the last tip I have is do it like directly after your kid has got out of bed, had a light snack, because you do not want a grumpy kid when they're getting photographed. They just aren't going to go for it. And also just think about the fact that normally they're not allowed to just rip into a cake, so it may take them a little bit of time to get into it. Just coax them into it, like, look at this, put their hand in it, let them know that it's okay for them to be doing this, because normally we'd be like, don't go doing that with your food. So it may take them a little while. My daughter Melrose, I'm pretty sure she's going to have no trouble whatsoever ripping into this cake, whereas some of the kids I photographed before, they're a little bit tentative and they're just like, you know, am I allowed to do this? So just be aware of that too. Pretty much just have fun. You know, cake smashes are so much fun. There is a lot of controversy over them as well, but hey, at the end of the day I reckon it's one day, have fun, just do it, and you'll look back on those memories and those photos and think, man, that was awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. Bye.